Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have an exciting disc review. It is of the new Neutron Turbulence from Streamline. Very unique disc. If you haven't seen the video that MVP came out with, it is a concave anti-dome kind of thumb track disc made to be very overstable. And with me today reviewing this disc, I have Manny.
Yo.
And I have Thomas. Two local shredders, and obviously Thomas is sponsored by MVP. If you haven't seen our other review video, make sure to check that out. But today we're going to be reviewing this, seeing what it looks like, seeing how it flies like, and seeing how it compares to some similar overstable molds. So let's get straight into it.
Talk about the disc. Well, when I opened the box and saw this disc for the first time, I definitely went, okay, that's nothing like that's currently in my bag. Groove tracks or thumb tracks or whatever you want to talk or call them, they've been around for a long time. Different companies go back, 80s, I think even before that. This is a very modest, it's not very deep at all. Other companies have really big ones. I know that Discraft has their big thumb track. This is going to be a lot more similar to the range, the other thumb track groove top disc made by MVP. We have not thrown these yet, so I actually do not know how these fly. I've seen other people throw them. The numbers say this is going to be super overstable. I don't know how much this is actually going to act like a thumb track or groove top disc just because it's so mellow, but being that it's so overstable, I think it's going to act like a very overstable disc. Seeing this disc, I really think that it's going to inherently be a good utility overhand, forehand roller, kind of a disc that you're not throwing all the time, but I could definitely see on a shorter course in some very windy weather justifying throwing it. Plastic feels good, right in line with the standard Neutron. It's not really one way or another. It's not super firm and it's not super gummy.
What do you think?
Thomas pretty much took the words out of my mouth. But I see this as, it's very unique. I've never seen anything quite like this. The groove top is very interesting. Feels very comfortable in my hand, to be honest. I feel like feels more snappy in my hand. I feel like it's going to dump for some reason. Mm-hmm. Might not go that far.
Yeah, it's also interesting. Has there ever been a fairway driver with a thumb track?
Discraft back in the day did some texture pads also, you were saying. Yeah,
I remember that, like the thumb.
Yeah, and then Latitude 64 did like a texture dimple. I know that there's the ringer, which is like the breaker mold. This is going to be in the ballpark of kind of a non-traditional disc from a traditional disc company. So it's harder these days to make discs that aren't like other discs on the market. That kind of justifies the creation of this disc for the first. If this was your first disc, you'd be going down a weird rabbit hole starting your disc golf career. If you're starting with something like this, kind of a funny prank disc to give someone as their first disc. Everything would be different from there. But nothing's really coming to mind if another fairway or driver.
Yeah, very interesting. But yeah, my first thoughts, this is the special edition one with the unique stamp, by the way. This disc is very interesting. It's funny, without the thumb track, it would feel like your regular old disc to me. It doesn't feel insane. It doesn't feel like, oh, this is a tilt. This is going to go extremely overstable or just dump right out of your hand. Like Thomas was saying, pushing disc technology is quite difficult, and it's very cool to see a disc like this. Although it looks very unique and it might be mega overstable, I think it's important for disc companies to push disc technology boundaries to see what the sport can come to. That's kind of how it feels. That was the breakdown. Let's see how it flies.
Yeah, we got very mild, it's kind of swirly wind. We really don't know how far this disc's gonna fly. I don't know.
Is the two glide real?
Yeah, exactly. Two glide. So I think I'm gonna try to throw it flat, reasonably hard, 65, 70%. Now we have a little headwind, so this is good. Oh, low.
That went much straighter than I thought.
Yeah, that was a bad throw.
Take two.
Huh. What would I describe that? Kind of Terra ballpark. I guess it didn't go very far. We got a little bit of right to left wind. I'm gonna throw more ante on it and see how it fights out of it. Yeah, clean.
That is a clean throw.
I wonder how far that is.
I don't know.
It's kind of like overstable low glide volt. With this right to left and see what it does. See how much it spikes. Pretty normal.
Yeah, pretty
totally
spike.
normal. Didn't do anything weird.
All right, my turn now. Based on Thomas's throws, this actually does not look that stable. 7203.5. I mean, I'm expecting this thing to be tilt. I don't even know what tilt's numbers are. I don't know, but tilt's numbers, I was expecting this to be just Zone OS level of stability. I'm gonna throw now, throw it flat, and I'm gonna rip this thing. So we'll see. I'm gonna go 85.
He's gonna go 110.
I'm gonna go throw 92 miles an hour now. 85% flat and see if this thing dumps. That's pretty good. That's stable. But it gets the distance, which is so interesting. I threw it a little nose up there too.
Hey, look at how controlled that was. Thomas just threw like a flex Annie.
It's controllable. This disc is not unusable by any means, which I thought it was gonna be. I was expecting this just to be, only super high arm speed or just straight utility.
Yeah.
But this could just be a headwind disc, which is
Like
weird.
that.
Let's try it. Now a little bit of Anheuser, 100%. That was more flat. Dude, look at it like glides.
That was perfect. That's almost pin high to Thomas.
Okay, let's check the distance. That's 352 feet. Dude, I don't understand.
He's flabbergasted.
I'm flabbergasted. This is unreal. But let's see how Manny throws it and see if he finds it as surprising as I do.
Now it's my turn. The Turbulence. It's group top. I was throwing it back when Thomas was tossing, and it feels very controllable. I was throwing it to left to right crosswind. So let's see how it flies. I'll throw like a slight hyzer, probably like 60-70%.
Bro,
That is a slight. Get him! Absolutely parked.
best disc ever.
Honestly, on that throw, yeah, it's very deceiving. The flight numbers are very deceiving. I thought it's gonna be a more overstable disc. It feels fun to throw. That's kind of my opinion on it. Now I'll throw a little Annie on it.
70%er.
70% or 80, who knows? I mean, that was a slight flex. I got there quick too,
Yeah.
for being a 7-speed. So with that same thumb check, it's very interesting how I got there fast. I'll try to get 400 with this. A little flex on this one. Oh,
Dude, that didn't even look like you were trying that hard.
I know. It's still pin high too. Not a full rip, but very controllable. All right, so this one's for funsies. I'm not a huge overhand guy, but when I need one, I'll use it when I'm in trouble. I'm more of a thumber guy. So Thomas is over there, probably like what, 350, 360. I don't think I can get there, but I want to see how it flies on that thumber line. Feels very comfortable. Don't critique my form, please. Don't flame me. Oh, too high, too tall. I mean, that was a little too tall, but yeah.
All right, we're going to compare this Turbulence to the resistor, the Clips resistor. Resistors are pretty overstable. Having just thrown this, I'm almost certain that this is more stable than this. This is a lot more workable and forgiving than we thought. So I'm going to go resistor second. So we'll go here. I'm going to try to throw this flat. I'll try to throw it a little bit harder. Yeah, that's like what I was trying to do. Didn't really ever get right, but look, pretty big fade, but a lot of straight flight.
A lot of straight flight.
So we'll try to go right back to back. I mean, look how similar those are.
That is pretty similar.
That was a little lower. Wow, that didn't go, what?
That went nowhere near as far. Maybe.
That was a little bit weird. Let's do that again. They want to see the rip.
Let's rip it.
All right, the goal, throw over Manny's head twice.
All right, that was ripped.
So I got some turn out of it that time. Yeah, Manny's turned around.
When he gets the fade.
That actually got a little bit right. That one was far for that disc.
All right, Thomas threw a 385. He says it's not crazy. Let's see what he does with this resistor.
It's like super flat. I mean, it's
think
not like
I think it's more flat.
Yeah, we're comparing a slightly concave disc to a nearly concave disc.
That's true.
So it's pretty apples to apples. I'm gonna throw Annie on this.
Yeah.
The only way of getting it turned and all right, let's see. Dude, what?
I'm telling you, that thing is beast.
Yeah, that's way more stable. We got some right to left wind when I threw that. I might have thrown it nose up, but that pulled out of that immediately.
You ripped that.
Yeah, I threw that hard. That disc is very overstable.
That faded quick. Let's see the distance.
328.
That
It's
is
50 feet shorter than the other one.
I mean,
though.
that's craziness. All right, my turn. Throwing the resistor and the turbulence. I feel, based on Thomas's throws, maybe the glide number should be switched on these two discs. However, like Thomas said, this is mutant puddle. So it could just be this resistor. I know there's straight runs of resistor, but like, come on, guys. The two glide? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm gonna throw this flat, maybe slightly anti. I'm gonna give it a good amount of juice. See the difference in stability. Threw it low. Like it pushed straight. It was nice. Got a nice skip.
I feel, you're running uphill, which
throwing uphill too. I mean, it's not good footing, but dude, I mean, come on.
That's just way overstable.
I mean, it's just overstable. Something that might be comparable,
maybe,
is the Streamline Runway, which is their mid-range 5303. I don't think so. I think that disc flies like a volt, if I'm being honest. Throw this, see how it compares. Dude, like,
damn, you just threw that farther.
Yeah, it's weird. It feels like it has the similar stability to the Runway. I don't know, dude. I'm just lost.
Yeah, it's a very unique one.
I'm lost.
Mutant resistor, too overstable. And then the Runway, which comparing to the Turbulence.
Compare and contrast. Third grade right here. Let's go.
So this flat slight hyzer.
Threw it high.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Get him! Oh,
I mean, that thing has got some glide to the left, dude.
And then this resistor. This came out of my collection. I had another one. I probably should have brought the other one. This one's just too flat top. You can't even turn it over. I have to line up like this, dude.
Oh my dude, that thing is not usable.
It's not unthrowable, but it's usable, you know?
Yeah.
For thumbers. All right, now the Runway.
Went straight.
Straight.
But it has the same glide to the left.
Yeah. Turbulence, very interesting mold. I think the 7's correct. The 2, it's a little iffy. 0, sure. 3.5, maybe.
Turbulence, a lot more workable than I thought it would be. I think we can all agree upon that. We're comparing it to the most stable resistor ever made. I don't know why this disc is so stable.
I should not have brought that.
This thing is ridiculous. For perspective, Runway was flying further. I thought these would actually fly pretty similar distance, and I think that they do fly similar distance. This definitely has lower glide in general, but we were comparing it to something that's like a freak disc. So like excluding that, just in general, a lot more workable disc. I don't know if I would give it the numbers it has, if I'm being honest.
That's what I kind of...
Yeah, I mean, I would give it like 7303. I mean, we were saying it's kind of in the realm of like Eagle X mold from like Innova. Like honestly, I'm looking kind of for a stable volt complement. My volt's getting, I throw a plasma volt, is getting beat up. And this is like a reasonable disc to put in to complement that. I probably would still like to put in a new volt, but I could put in a new volt and this. It definitely gets that late fade. So maybe that 3.5 is still like there. But to say like 2 glide, I don't know. Maybe we didn't get some of these might come out like even more puddle topped. I could see like the more puddle top they are, the more hook and like just the less glide in general. But just all around a lot more of like a valid spot in the bag kind of a disc, kind of a professional's disc, I'd say. Like maybe a disc that you know how far it goes. Yeah. Like I would say it's not as stable as a flare. It's not as no. I mean, no, it's definitely more workable.
Thomas took all the words out of my mouth. Thomas was ripping on it, hyzer. I was throwing it flex shots. I was throwing it mainly more of a fan grip. Found it more comfortable instead of going with my traditional 4-finger power grip. Yeah, pretty much like a stock hyzer, I would say. 340, 350. You don't want to go any much like farther than that.
If I get on my volt, like I can throw a volt like 450 if I threw it like really hard.
Yeah.
Or if the wind got under it, I don't see a world where I'm like accidentally throwing this disc really like anything over 400 feet.
Yeah.
Just because the low glide, it's just not going to do anything out the realm. Kind of like a really stable Tesla. I had a really overstable Tesla that kind of flew like this.
Okay. For me, I give it 8303, I guess.
Yeah.
I bag Firebirds, and this kind of flies like a seasoned Firebird for me.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with these guys. This is definitely the most unique disc I've ever thrown. And it's, I throw in this field a ton, and I throw the Volt and the Scepter from Infinite Discs, and I probably max out like 380. And to throw this 352 is like blowing my mind almost. On the car right here, I was thinking about I'm about to throw this like 250 feet. Like that's what I was thinking. I was
Because of the numbers.
Yeah,
The numbers
Numbers is
scary.
very,
yeah.
Scary
It's like I'm thinking Zone OS, but like this is definitely not a scary mold at all. So I'm not sure if they were testing like some proto that was different, and maybe it was way more overstable. Bring back to my point about the Volt and the Scepter. Like the Volt has 5 glide, but I feel like this thing is very close. It'd be like a 3.5 to 4 glide, in my opinion. I would say it's definitely above a utility disc, though. It's not something like, I'm just whipping this out just for thumbers, which is what I was thinking that I would be using this for. Something that's like, I need to throw a sidearm. I suck at throwing sidearms, and it would just be like, just for a flare skip where I need to get right or something like that.
Yeah.
But this is definitely more usable. I mean, I can imagine using this at Cypress Oaks, just down the road, just
Hole 7 off to the right, just like a little chip shots. I could probably throw this for chip shots.
Yeah, but
chip shot highs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So the versatility is much greater than I thought. So I think that's the biggest takeaway for myself.
Thank you to Thomas for
Sure.
letting us borrow.
Yeah, I
his
brought that
tuner.
one. I brought the one we actually threw.
Yeah, thanks to me for bringing this stupid thing. Shoutouts.
Yeah.
Still have Georgie discs. My dog is a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel. He's the best dog on the planet. If you want to get a disc with them, you can reach out to me. TomTom Disc on Instagram. I'd love for you to throw
Make
a
sure
disc
to
with my dog
support
on.
this guy. One of the best guys around.
For sure.
Same with this guy over here.
But yeah, we'll have all of that linked below, all the links. You could check out some of these discs. You could check out the new Turbulence as well. I'll have that linked below. By the time this video comes out, it'll actually be available. So you can check those out at www.discone.com. That kind of does it. That is video number 2 and disc review number 2 with Thomas and Manny. I think we got a good amount of support last time, so hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you guys for all the killer support. Support these guys as well, and hopefully we'll get them in some more videos soon. So
Can I do a shout out real quick?
for sure.
Kevin Callahan. Shout out to Kevin.
Shout out to that guy.
Yeah. Future father-in-law who watches your videos.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Thanks again, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.